Very good morning, students. We were discussing the problems based on index numbers. Let us get into next problem. If P0 Q0 is equal to 1100 and P1 Q1, sum of P1 Q1 is equal to 1400, compute suitable index number. So with given these two aspects, we may have to think which is the suitable index number. Once when current year price, look at the cursor, current year price and current year quantity multiplication as summation it is given, and base year price and base year quantities multiplication as summation it is given, P1 Q1 P0 Q0. Once when it is given, it will take the form of value or expenditure. So what is the suitable index number over here? It is nothing but value index number. So value index number has to be calculated for this. In terms of solution, so given aspects have been written first, and suitable index number is value index number. What is the formula of that? V01 is equal to sum of P1 Q1 divided by sum of P0 Q0 multiplied by 100. Substitute and perform arithmetic calculation. You are going to get 127.27. So if it is to be given the conclusion for this, in what way it will be given? For base year it is 100. More than that, what it is present here, 27.27% is more than 100. That's why it can be expressed in this way: 27.27% increase in the value index in current year as compared to base year. In the usual format, how we were discussing conclusion to be written earlier, in the similar fashion here also it can be written. Since this is 2-mark question, conclusion may not be required in terms of examination viewpoint, but for 5-mark and 10-mark later we shall think over. Next problem, given sum of P0 Q0 is equal to 4200, sum of P1 Q1 is equal to 5000, compute suitable index number. This is very much similar to the previous problem. Here also suitable index number is value index number. So solution, given sum of P0 Q0 is equal to 4200, sum of P1 Q1 is equal to 5000. Suitable index number is value index number. The formula goes like this, and further 5000 divided by 4200 multiplied by 100 is after substitution of values given. So the final answer goes in this way: 119.0476. 19.0476% increase in the value index in current year as compared to base year. Students, we should be able to express in this way the results once when we get the final answer. Now let us concentrate on 5-mark and 10 marks problems. First question, calculate price index number for the following data using simple aggregative method and comment on the result. So items it's given: wheat, rice, pulses, milk, cloth. Per kg and per liter, per meter, however that it is applicable, the prices have been given. In 2010, what were the prices? It is given here. And in 2012, what are the prices of all these items have been given here. It has been asked to calculate simple aggregative method price index number. You can observe here price index number to be calculated based on simple aggregative method. So which is the base year here? 2010 is the base year and 2012 is current year. So in terms of notation, what are these P, like 20, 31, 40, 16 and 20, all these are nothing but price of base year, that means P naught. These values are P naught, and 2012 whatever the given prices are there, those are all P1. And what is simple aggregative method price index number formula? Try to recall, we had already studied. It is sum of P1 divided by sum of P naught multiplied by 100. So in terms of solution, the formula is P01 is equal to sum of P1 divided by sum of P naught multiplied by 100. So P1 and P naught, always remember students, P1 will be in numerator, P naught will be in denominator. That means current year aspects will come in numerator first, and then base year aspects will be coming into denominator, because we will be calculating in current year as compared to base year. Then if at all it is required weights to be applied, which weight is being applied, that is secondary. Later in further concepts we will be coming across. So here simple aggregative method price index number is nothing but P01 is equal to sum of P1 divided by sum of P naught multiplied by 100. So P naught are given and P1 are also given. What we need according to the formula, the sum of P1 we want and then sum of P naught we want. So P naught are here, this summation goes here, like sum of P naught is equal to 127 and then sum of P1 is equal to 155. So substitute those, 155 divided by 127 multiplied by 100, which gives 122.05. In the question it is given, comment on the result. What way it is to be commented? The final answer whatever we have got in the form of index number, the conclusion has to be written for it, whether it is increment or decrement in current year as compared to base year. So we know already for base year index number is 100. Here now 122.05 is there. That means 22.05 is increased. It means, look at the cursor, it means that prices in 2012, this is current year, in 2012 increased by 22.05% as compared to the base year 2010. It has to be, not 2011, because it is given in question as 2010. Here it has to be 2010. So in simple way we can tell here, look at the cursor, 22.05% is the increase in prices of commodities in current year as compared to base year. Hope you are following me, students. Next problem. Example number 2. Calculate price index number using unweighted aggregative method for the year 2000 and 1999 on the basis of 1998 from the following data. Commodities are given, and for these commodities what were the prices in these 3 years it has been mentioned. Look at the question once again properly. What we need to calculate? Calculate price index number using unweighted aggregative method. Unweighted in the sense simple. It is simple aggregative method to be used. For the year 2000 and 1999 we have to calculate index number as compared to 1998. That means one index number we want for the current year 1999 as base year 1998, and one more index number to be calculated in 2000 as the current year and compared to the base year 1998. That means for the years 1999 and 2000 you are calculating index numbers on the basis of 1998 as the base year. So 1998 is the base year for even 1999 and 2000. Hope you are following me, students. Two index numbers we are calculating in this solution. One is for 1999, one is for 2000. We consider the base year 1998 for those two index numbers calculations. Hope it is clear. Fine. Solution. Here, formula you can observe. Look at the cursor. We know already unweighted or simple aggregative method formula is nothing but P01 is equal to sum of P1 divided by sum of P0 multiplied by 100. Using the same formula we had calculated the previous problem also. There it was given simple aggregative method, but here it has been mentioned as unweighted aggregative method. We know already unweighted is nothing but simple. Fine. So in order to calculate the index number for 1999, what I'll do, this 1999 I'll consider as 1 because it is current year, and 1998 I'll consider it to be 0 because it is base year. So in that case, what will it happen? P01 is equal to sum of P1 divided by sum of P0 multiplied by 100. And 0 has been used for 1998. 1 has been used for 1999. Let me use for 2000 as 2. This is 0, this is 1 and this is 2. Once current year we will be using as 1. One more time current year we shall use as 2, but kept constant base year as 0. So here it was 1998 and 1999 when we are observing 0 and 1. That's why P01 has been written. But in terms of 2000 when I'll be calculating index number, it is nothing but 1998 and 2000. That means 2000 I'll be calculating on the basis of base year 1998. That means 0 and 2. That's why P02 has been written. That is sum of P2 divided by sum of P0. Instead of P1 here, we have used P2. That's it. Nothing else it has been changed. Multiplied by 100 as it is. So using these two formula, we will be calculating index numbers for 1999 and 2000. So P0 values have been taken 12, 15. Sorry, P0 values here 12, 3 and 5. So these 12, 3 and 5. And P1 have been taken here and these are P2. We require sum of P0, sum of P1 and sum of P2. All those have been calculated and kept here. After substituting in these formulas, we will be getting the final answers. So unweighted aggregative index number for the year 1999 over 1998 is, that is nothing but index number for 1999 based on the base year 1998 is P01 is equal to sum of P1 divided by sum of P0 multiplied by 100. The sum of P1 is nothing but 25. Look at the cursor. Divided by sum of P0 is nothing but 20. So multiplied by 100. That comes as the answer 125. Even if you write here conclusion, it would be very good. Since it was not asked in the question, here it has not been given conclusion. If it is to be written, what will it happen? Here this 125, 25% increase in current year 1999 as compared to the base year 1998. So next, Unweighted aggregative index number for 2000 over 1998 is sum of P2 divided by sum of P0 multiplied by 100. Substitute sum of P2 is equal to 25.1 divided by sum of P0 is equal to 20 multiplied by 100. You are coming across the answer 125.5. So here 25.5% is increase in price level of commodities in current year 2000 as compared to base year 1998. That way it has to be interpreted. Hope you have followed, students. Next question. Example 3. The following are the prices in rupees of commodities in 2005 and 2010. Obviously 2005 will be base year and 2010 will be current year. Calculate a price index based on price relative using arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean. Based on price relatives, index number has to be calculated using arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean. All these formulae, all these concepts we have already discussed. So what is the formula based on price relative using arithmetic mean? It is sum of P divided by N. Which P it is? Capital P, where capital P is equal to price relative, isn't it? P1 divided by P0 multiplied by 100. And based on geometric mean, what it is? P01 is equal to antilog of sum of log P divided by N. Am I correct? Try to recall. Fine. Based on these two formulae, we shall work out the given task. So formula is P01 is equal to sum of P divided by N based on price relative using arithmetic mean, and based on geometric mean, when you use price relatives, P01 is equal to antilog of sum of log P divided by N. Since it is based on price relative, this P and P, capital P, which have been written over here, are nothing but P1 multiplied by, P1 divided by P0 multiplied by 100. So here in terms of solution, the given commodities you have taken, and 2005 prices are nothing but P0 and 2010 prices are nothing but P1, and we need here capital P. That's why capital P is being calculated it to be P1 divided by P0 multiplied by 100, which is nothing but 55 divided by 45 multiplied by 100, which will be 122.22. Similarly, 70 divided by 60 multiplied by 100 will be 116.67. Similarly, all these values of capital P have been calculated. We want sum of P here, that's why this sum of P has been kept calculated. And later, in order to calculate this first one, look at the cursor. What all we need? Sum of P we need, that we have got. And N is nothing but the given number of observations. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So with the help of this available information, we can calculate P01 based on arithmetic mean. And in terms of geometric mean, what it is to be calculated, what all we need? Here antilog of later one value will come here, that we can calculate. After that, sum of log P we want. So P, capital P is there with us. Here sum of log P is required. That's why calculate log P column. So here P value is 122.22. Log 122.22 will be 2.0871. You know already how to calculate logarithm, anti-logarithm values. So in the similar way, log of 116.67, when you consider 2.0667, it will become. Similarly, all these P values have been calculated as log P values. We want summation of that log P here. That's why sum of log P has has been calculated, which turns out to be 12.5653. So by substituting in these two formulae, we will be coming across the final answer. So this is what is calculated tabular columns. We want sum of P divided by N to be calculated, index number based on arithmetic mean. So 753 is sum of P, this sum of P, 753.1, that it is to be substituted here, divided by the number of observations are 6. When you perform 753.1 divided by 6, it is nothing but 125.517. Next, once when it is based on geometric mean, antilog as it is, sum of log P is nothing but 12.5653, substitute it, divided by 6. Antilog of this simplification will give 2.0942. So antilog of 2.0942, when you calculate, it will become 124.3. You are already aware how to calculate antilogarithms. So this way the given problem can be solved. Hope you are following me, students. Remaining problems we shall discuss in next class. Thank you so much.